Welcome back to Solidworks tutorial series. In this video, we are going to do Solidworks basic features. And most of these features in Solidworks they do require a 2D sketch upfront. For example, in this figure, we did had a 2D drawing upfront. And as you can see, you can even edit the sketch there. Though some of these features they do not require a 2D, but most of them do require a 2D drawing up front. For example, here we can go ahead and click Extrude Boss Base directly, but it will take you back to a sketch environment. It's only saving you a couple of mouse click there, but you'll come back to sketching environment, and let's say we take a corner rectangle and we decide to add some dimensions here. For example, here let's have 100 by 50 millimeters. In this figure, once we complete the sketch, or we exit the sketch, then it will take us back to Extrude Boss Base environment. Here we'll have a design tree on your property design tree on your left hand side, and here now you can have the freedom to add the thickness or the distance of that extrusion. Then now you can click OK. Here now we do have a solid body, which is rectangular in shape. So I said that some of these features they do require an existing solid body rather than a 2D sketch. For example, if you check the fillet command must have an existing solid body for it to be applied perfectly. Remember, we do have fillet command in sketch environment, and also we do have fillet command in a feature environment. So that is that. Let's now check this extrude feature into details, and this time around we want to have a center rectangle, and in this center rectangle let's not add dimensioning. You are going to explain how you can edit the sketch while you already have a 3D or a solid body. And here you can decide to extrude from the sketch itself, or from or you can offset the extrusion. And here we do have a type of extrusion and the direction. You can even decide to extrude on the mid plane. Mid plane now means that in whatever the distance you have, it will be distributed symmetrically on both sides, based on from the sketch or from the existing profile. Then also we do have direction 2 under that. But before we go to direction 2, I just want to explain they have something called here draft. If you turn it on, we do have draft on and off. Draft is like you are forming a dome, kind of dome shape. I don't know, is it a kind of dome shape? And you can decide to have this dome shape expanding inward or outward, depending on the selection or depending on the needs of your design. We also have this arrow which you can use to expand or to change the direction here. This usually comes in handy when you are not sure with the distance you want, so you can use that arrow to show you how far can you go. If you have this direction 2 checked, then it will give you an option of expanding or extruding in both sides. The only difference between this and the mid plane on top here is that mid plane is symmetrical, but direction 2 we can decide to have either direction 1 a little bit bigger than direction 2, or we can extrude direction 2 bigger than direction 1. That is the major difference there. Here, once you have this solid body, you still have the ability to go back to edit sketch. Just click the arrow besides extrude base, then you expand it, then you can double click on the sketch to take you back to a sketching window here. Here you can now even decide to add a couple of dimensions. If you like, you can even add the fillet command under sketches or under sketch environment, and whatever you do here will be updated automatically on the solid body or on the extrude feature we had initially. So that is how the extrude command works. And you can also even have the capability, or you have the freedom to edit the extrude itself. Just double click it and it will have that window for editing. The next bit we want to do extrude cut, and you can see if you click extrude cut, it will ask you to have a sketching face or a sketching plane. Let's select that body, that side as the sketching face, and this time round we want to have a center rectangle. This center rectangle we can decide to have equal sides like in that we can just decide to select, press Ctrl key on your keyboard, select the second side, then add equal relations there. After adding that equal relation, now you can go ahead and add some smart dimensioning. Let's say we have 10 millimeters. Also, we can try to just place it on the center there. Let's have 13, 12, 13. 13, not exactly at the center, but still okay. If you exit the sketch, then it will now take you back to extrude cut property manager, and under this property manager you just have the same options as we had with extrude boss base. You can decide to have what type of cut you will have on the existing body, but I always advise to select the through all. If you have the through all option checked, then this way, even if you have to come back to edit the original sketch, let's say you increase the distance between those two blocks, then you'll still have the UI extrude cut being reflected on the resulting body, unless otherwise, but it is always to have that through all option. This is why we can also have to go back to edit some of those features there. The next bit now we want to cover is fillet command. If you are worried about how I come up with this figure, is that it was just a couple of circles inside a big rectangle, and we also had a small center rectangle there. Then we do a couple of extrusion. So under fillet command, we do have fillet expert and manual. Let's go have the manual one. The expert we will discuss under intermediary features. So here we do have 4 types of fillet. We do have full round fillet, we do have variable face fillet, then we do have constant size fillet. So the two are very common, constant size fillet and the round face fillet. They are always my favorite, so we are going to start with the two. Here you have the option of partial preview and full preview. So I think here Solidworks was thinking that some people do prefer privacy and they will have the partial preview box checked. You can go ahead and check full preview. And also here we do have an option of multi-radius fillet. So multi-radius fillet is helping in such a way that within the same property manager, you will have like different corners selected, but you have the ability to enter different fillet radii on the same property manager without exiting and confirming. You just enter values and you have the preview and see how they will work. Just click outside that area, then you'll be able to confirm your inputs there. So that's how the constant size fillet work. Let's go ahead and delete this. The next bit I want to explain is the round corner fillet. Round corner fillet. Let's go ahead and select the full face round corner fillet. So here you'll have to select at least 3 faces, and you just pay attention on how the selection is done on those 3 faces. And once you do the selection of those 3 faces, then here you'll have a nice round corner fillet appearing like that. And you can see under fillet we don't have any drop down arrow, meaning that fillet, they don't require a 2D drawing up front. If you want to edit, you just double click the fillet and it will come. One thing I forgot to explain under constant size fillet is that you can just select a face and every corner will have fillets applied to it. If you check the multi-radius fillet checked, you can have the ability to do that. Under fillet we do have chamfers, and just the same way we did with the sketches, we do have angle distance chamfer, then we have distance chamfer, then these last two are the same, but we do also have the vertex chamfers. So we start with the angle distance chamfers. Under this command, we just enter distance and angle. It is pretty straightforward, but you do have the option to flip them, whereby now you will have the distance on top and the angle below the distance, and you can just change these values as you wish. The next one we want to cover is distance chamfers. Under this one, I'll love to explain something very important. If you check under chamfers option, you can see we have more options there, like keep features box is checked. And for this to be explained better, I'll have to increase the thickness of my body here a little bit. I go back to extrude boss base, edit, then I want to increase the thickness just a little bit. and you remember our holes are gone, but don't worry about that. What we want to explain is very important for now. Here we have a chamfer. Then you have distance selected, but now we have a big chamfer, let's say 25. You can see the chamfer is going across one of the entities, or one of the on that pole like feature there. But since we have keep feature box checked, the chamfer did not go away with it. But if you don't check that box, then if the chamfer is applied, then the chamfer will go away with it. But so remember to have this box checked so that chamfers don't run away with some of your parts. We also do have vertex chamfer. This is also straightforward. You can have equal distance checked so that they are all going to be equal. If it is not checked, then you can as well go ahead and have variable distances there. There are distance ones up to 3 because the corners are also 3. Depending on your needs, you can have those values. These last two are the same, almost the same. These are, we have offset face, and here is you can just apply different corners if you have that multi-distance chamfer selected. These two are straightforward. Just apply them and see how they work. Here now you apply on the faces. You select phase 1 and 2, then the chamfers will be applied like that. And now I want to explain something on the revolve feature. This revolve feature will require a rotation or an axis of rotation, and after selecting that axis of rotation, remember I'm using a construction line to check the axis. This means that this axis is not like really my part of the sketch, but it is there for to guide me where the axis is. Here I'll use a line arc Campbell to draw this nice good looking sketch like this. Then I close it, and you can see if I close the sketch, then the color changes. That means my sketch is close. There are no gaps. You can see if I exit the sketch, then Solidworks is clever enough to select the axis of rotation automatically. But that is not sometimes the gospel of the truth. You can go ahead and select your own axis of rotation, but I'll leave it at that. Here you can also have a couple of options to play around with the angle of rotation. Initially it was 360, but you can have whatever angle depending on your preference, or depending on the needs of your design. We can also have direction 2 checked, and this direction 2 just the same as under the extrude command. Direction 2 is just extruding towards the other direction, towards the opposite direction 1. And also under that we do have a thin feature command. This thin feature is like it's like you are shelling inside the solid body. So, but you do have freedom to have it outside or inside, or you do have it mid plane. And please do remember to subscribe to this channel for more videos, and your kindness to support the channel. just like that. So now we will exit this window here. Then we move to the next just uncheck that. The next interesting bit of where we'll now do revolve base revolve cut. Need an axis of rotation, so we can go ahead and select a plane which is perpendicular to the original plane we use. Then we shall draw the axis of rotation. After drawing the axis of rotation, now depending on the shape you want to cut, or depending on the shape you want to have after doing the revolve cut, here we can have a rectangle, you can have a circle, whatever shape you wish. For this reason, let's have a circular cut. And remember, this body was shelf, or the thin feature was applied to this body initially. That's why you can see the inside is hollow. So there is also part 2 of this feature tutorial series. Please do remember to check that part 2 and enjoy this tutorial series. Thanks for watching, and let's catch up in part 2. Please do remember to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.